Welcome to the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast with Vicki Nedling. You are about to discover impactful lessons that help you grow as an individual, grow your confidence, and find the positive and good within you, so you powerfully and authentically become the best version of yourself. Be sure you visit our website at www.findyourleadershipconfidence.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now tune in, get ready, and enjoy the journey of emerging as a leader of exception in the 21st century.
Welcome everyone to the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast. I'm your host, Vicki Nedling, coming to you from Roswell, Georgia. The goal of this podcast is to bring topics and guests that will help to empower you to grow in your confidence and take your business or your life to the next level. Today, I am so excited to have my guest, Kim Dang, and you will be too once you hear all about her. Let me just go ahead and tell you. She is a daughter of poor immigrant parents that hung with the wrong crowd and drove them a little crazy. Kim. The first company Kim launched was a dismantling company because she was good at breaking cars apart. She decided she was too smart for hard labor and started building her online business. Kim is the founder of Group Convert and creator of the G.O.L.D G.O.L.D Rule of group sales method, resulting in group launch legends. She has since made over $2 million in online sales, helped others make millions. Kim has won several awards for her efforts, including the 2 Comma Club Award from ClickFunnels. Our theme today, passive income with your coaching business. Please join me in welcoming Kim Dang. Hello.
Hi, Vicki. Thanks for that amazing intro.
Yeah, such a interesting. Okay, so I want to get into the questions, but I always start with an easy one. Tell everybody where you call home. Where do you live right now?
I currently live in Miami, Florida, and in one of the right near the water, in Edgewater. So I have a very nice view, and the weather is amazing.
Yes, ma'am, it is. Well, so you everybody will want to come and visit you, of course. All right, let's get into these questions. So we touched on it in the bio, but how did you get started in your online business? Obviously, you decided you didn't want to do that hard labor any longer, but going from that to this is a journey. And so talk about that.
Yeah, so while my friends went off to medical school and getting their masters and engineering school and all the higher education, I drove to the desert and I started a wrecking yard company. and I convinced a person that was already in another company doing that to partner up with me, because I said, what if you want to be your own boss? And he's like, okay. And so we started our own, and there was a lot of like ups and downs. I bought him out almost immediately. And so that business enabled me to really figure out like how to manage inventory, how to hire overseas, people to list these parts online. So I learned how to negotiate with shipping companies. What's the software? So I put myself through a boot camp.
I was going to say,
figuring out how to have my own business, and e-commerce, selling car parts is just something that isn't rocket science. So for me, I'm like, okay, I'll figure this out through this. And then once I did that and I automated that business, I looked for what can I do that's the opposite of that, which is low overhead costs, unlimited inventory, and then a solution that is digital, because I was so really tired of like all these inventory costs, moving around physical inventory, shipping, returns, and on the other side of that spectrum was my friend convinced me to get into affiliate marketing. So when I got into that, one of the first things she said was, hey, you got to create a Facebook group. And I said, okay. So I made a Facebook group thinking that if I invite my friends and family into my group, they would click on all my affiliate links and I would be
a millionaire.
Yes, I would be wealthy. And then, well, that didn't pan out, obviously. But during that journey, I saw something else that was kind of similar, which is simple software. Simple software is like I ended up copying and pasting a lot of the questions and answers people would give me when they come into my group. There's 3 questions that Facebook groups force you to kind of answer, like, are you going to follow the rules? And you can make up these questions. So one of the questions is, what's your email address? What's your phone number? And all this information, once you click approve, it's just gone. So I ended up copy and pasting that. And then I saw others were doing the same. And I figured, wait, is there a tool that like can
do that for
help
you
with this process? And I looked around and I saw there was a tool. And instead of being a subscriber of the tool, I immediately thought, how can I be another creator? How can I own this solution? Because it's a solution that's so, in my mind, so viral. It's something that people will say yes to right away. So based on my skill of hiring overseas and based on, reaching out to the online world, I went on Upwork and I just created a job post that says, collect emails from Facebook groups and push it to a Google Sheet. And create a software that does that. And it ended up to being a Chrome extension. And then I just launched it to my group, my list at that time, 25 people, 2 people said yes to paying me a very small amount per month. But that enabled me to see a future where if I can get 2 people, I can get 4. If I can get 4, I can get 10. And then I would have successfully transitioned over to this digital magical world where I'm selling screen names and passwords to real solutions that brings value immediately, and I don't need to deal with shipping, handling, none of that. So and from there, because I have a group and I started growing it, 1 subscriber became 2, became 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and it just continued growing. And it was very crazy to me that in the span of a week and a half, I went from earning like barely anything online because my affiliate links weren't attracting people to doing over 1,500 monthly reoccurring income from selling selling access to a tool that requires like no more overhead costs. So I said, okay, there's something here. And I just went all in on that endeavor to figuring out how does this scale. And then I started teaching people how to do it. Some of my clients have gone on to have $1 million reoccurring income a year, doing over $100,000 a month, because they charge $97 a month for their tool, and they have 1,000 users.
Yeah, there you go.
That's 97,000 a month, just passive. And so during that journey, it became something more of like, oh, wow, like this is possible for people. What's next? And the next step was creating an info product company that helps them figure that process out. And when I dived even deeper into that, I saw that these people weren't just collecting emails from Facebook groups. They were trying to monetize from these groups. They're trying to figure out how to get a list and get $1 a list, an email. And in that process, I went behind the scenes to a lot of my subscribers, and I tapped them on their shoulder and like, hey, what's going on with your group? Like, how is this working? And they just told me what's working, what's not. And I took that formula, and I created a formula out of it. And now the solution I have is a service-based solution plus software, but we have like a team of people. And when clients come in, they are told how to grow their group to a couple hundred people if they're starting from scratch, how to pitch into that group one-to-many, to bring the thing that they know, like whatever they're an expert in, to life, and be able to enroll clients at a high ticket premium level where they will actually, people who pay attention is what I always believe. And there are premium buyers out there for you who will invest in themselves on a bigger level to change their life. And a Facebook group is one vehicle that you don't need a big audience. You don't need to be techie. To create a Facebook group, it's free. You don't need to have a huge budget. And then it leverages the years and decades of expertise that you already have inside of you. And I help, I call myself like the MBA, the real life modern MBA school that will help you translate your expertise to the masses, which is a one-to-many converting event inside of the group. So that's where we are now. And I have a pretty cool team, and I have hundreds of clients at the higher ticket level. I create in-person events. Our next one is going to be in Miami, Florida, and it's February 9th to the 12th. And I have these events quarterly. Clients fly in, and we take them through this experience where I'm like, carve out time so you can focus on your group, and then you walk away with your own tool, your little simple solution, because in this journey, I've taught people both ways, which is one, how to get high ticket clients, and then two, how to have a good continuity plan so that the lifetime value of every single subscriber or client that you get increases versus just this get clients hamster wheel that I see a lot of coaches get on. So that's where we are now. And
so exciting. Awesome. So my next question is, what is one of your greatest client success stories where you took them from nothing to a life-changing revenue?
Oh yeah, so many of them. But one that comes to mind is Tyler O'Bannon. He came to me with a $500 SEO course. Teaches people how to have a website and get it ranked. And it was just $500, but his course enabled some people to like buy home, like figure it out to the point where they escaped their 9-to-5 job, right?
Wow.
So his course delivered results. But he's like, Kim, I just gotta have more eyeballs on me. He hasn't figured out ads. He hasn't figured out, he doesn't go live. He's an introvert. And he just posts now and then. So most of his sales are word of mouth. And I said, well, why don't you try a Facebook group? And he said, okay. And so I said, but to make this effort worth it, we need to add an extra zero to your $500. It can't be just a little course. It has to be a group coaching program. And then he told me, okay, he's up for it. He was up for showing up 2 hours a week extra to go and do group coaching. And we crafted exactly what he would say, how he would pitch it. His group grew to 400. He pitched his program in 2 weeks, within 2 weeks coming into my coaching. And he converted 13 clients into his $5,000 offer. He did about $66,000. And that was 2 weeks working with me. So, and then instead of having him relax, I was like, okay, do it again. And then so he did it again. Like 4 weeks later, he did it again. And he did over 100,000. And I'm like, all right, that's good. Do it again. Do it again. He did 150,000, and I'm like, all right, do it again. And then he did over 250, and that was the point where he was like, okay, I want to start a nonprofit. And so the biggest thing is the transformation in him. He went from this introvert, shy guy to like this raving extrovert who is raving about his clients, because now he's surrounded by people who are
like-minded.
Here you go. Here's $5,000. No big deal. I'm going to do the work, versus like, here's $500 and it's all my life savings, and you know, my life is in your hands. It's such a different environment for him that now he's like, he's at home. When I interviewed him, he was on a random Tuesday, he was barbecuing with his family, and then he went on to create a nonprofit. So, and that was not me changing all his stuff up. That was just saying like, hey, there's a way for you to get more eyeballs on you, and really change more people's lives, one person at a time. But in a form of a Facebook group, you can actually do it in a mass converting way. So yeah, that's one of the
that's a great story.
Stories.
Way to go, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler O'Bannon. You can Google him.
I will. I should get him on my podcast to talk about it.
Yeah.
What can this work? Or my question is, can anybody do this?
Yes, we have.
Is everyone a Tyler Bannon?
Well, you would have to, number one, be dedicated to teaching others for like at least a year of your life. It can't be just fly by night. Oh, maybe I'll try it. You have to be 100% all in that you are going to teach people online. That's number one. And then number two is you already know something that will actually deliver results. You're just not guessing. And then this vehicle will work for you. It's like it will pour gasoline on an existing fire that you have. And it works for every single niche underneath the sun. We had a client who teaches people how to do handstands over Zoom. Her name is Shelly. And we turned her we turned her $200 an hour workshop where she teaches people how to be flexible and do handstands to a $4,500 virtual experience where she group coaches them. And then she did $90,000 in 30 days because she sold these $4,500 packages helping people. And they were getting results. Like she taught them how to do handstands, whereas before they would like fall over, fail, you know?
Okay, so
you have that experience.
So in life, why do we need to know how to do a handstand? Are they on a?
Because there's so much more when you talk to your audience, and when we craft the words for you to talk to your audience, is so much more than that handstand.
Yeah.
It is their flexibility. It is their confidence. It seeps into their love life. It seeps into their relationships. It's the thing that might prevent their, divorce. It's the thing that will get them that partner that they've always wanted. It's the ability for them to join their kids at soccer practice. It goes way beyond that. And that's really the vision that a lot of people, when they go into this space of teaching others, they think like, what's the biggest thing I can teach and how much I can, what's that thing that's trending? Or is anyone going to buy if I charge this much for this?
Right.
Or like, do I have to be super technical to get into this space? So there's all these concerns when, the truth is there are more buyers, there are more people on this earth that you can ever hope to serve. There are more of them that exist. And there's an article, and you can Google this, but there are there's over 22 millionaires, 22 millionaires that exist right now in the US alone. So since that's the case, there's so much abundance, and there's so many people searching for a solution. In 2020, over 60% of the US dollar was printed. So we are living in an age when people have way more abundance. They have access to technology that, they can just sit at home and access you. That you can unlock a piece of yourself if you feel like you're meant for more and you want to help people, that it's just at your fingertips. And there are people that will say yes to you.
Yeah.
And really they're saying yes to themselves and the life that they could live
That's
if they
right.
follow you. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So how many hours does it take to get the results that you talked about?
We polled our clients how many hours and what did they actually consume, what did they watch. Like we like asked them this, and we have clients all over the spectrum. So one client, on average, it takes around 9 to 10 hours for them to do their launch, which is a combination of sitting down, doing the scripting with our team, and then their group grows and they're just waiting for their group to grow, and then they pitch. So it's not crazy amounts of time. It's definitely not full-time work. We have clients who have full-time jobs that can do this at like the end of their shift for that day. So in terms of time commitment, gosh, like Adam Gillard, he only did the scripting call with us. He watched 2 videos and he went and he pitched, and his offer was $4K, and he did $46,000 when he pitched on a $4,000 offer, which is like a little bit over 11 people. That's it. So when you think about time, do you have about 9 to 10 hours of your entire life to possibly make more in a month than most people make in a year? That's the question here. And so, I mean, it is work. I'm not going to say it's get rich quick, because it isn't. You have to put in the time and the energy. You have to devote your whole next year into this. It is, when you pitch an offer and the offer is $5,000, people depend on you to show up and do group coaching at least twice a week for an hour each time for like 4 months. You know, it's not something that is like, here you go, here's this thing, and then you
jump
walk
and
away.
run.
Yeah, it's not that. It is full on devotion.
Yeah.
But in terms of actual hours, it's not that bad compared to other full-time activities.
To me, 9 hours is just a normal day. That's no worries. So there are people out there that may be still thinking small, kind of like your $500, $147. So what do you do if you don't really right now have a high ticket offer? How can you help them?
If they don't have any high ticket offer, we have plenty of clients who just start off. We have a more introductory program for them. It's just a 3-month program. And it is crafting out their offer, having them pitch again, and then they pitch the 3rd time with ads, because we teach them to do it organically. But if they don't have an offer, that's totally fine. We craft their offer with them. They just have to be okay with devoting the next year of their life to really building out a business. This is not something that you do on the side. You can start off doing it on the side. I'm really training you like an athlete running a marathon so that you can scale this out. And by scaling, it's really taking time back for yourself, because then I call it, you're the principal. Like I'm creating the school. I help you create the school where you're the principal, so you can hire teachers. And some of the teachers, they're happy showing up for an hour a week, and they get paid for anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000 a month, right? So one of my clients, Christopher Blakeman, he enrolled 10 clients in at $4,000, so he collected $40,000, and his teachers underneath him are industry leaders. And when he was like, "Hey, you're an industry leader in this, what are your rates?" And they're like, "Yeah, a couple $100 an hour," which is no big deal. You know, he pays one teacher $1,000.
Heck yeah, if he's making $1,000 to $4,000, that's still a lot of profit back in your pocket.
Yeah, so it's a highly profitable cash flow model for sure. But it also means that you can hire people underneath you, and then, you know, you can go and be the principal. You can go and travel. That's the thing. The thing I want to free people from is a life where bills just take over their day to day. And then they have one vacation a year, or they're always checking their bank account. And it's this push and pull type of life where it's just kind of, you're like micromanaging yourself, your finances, you're asking for permission for everything that you do from other people. And this is a way to live a life where you're helping people, and at the same time you can free yourself from that, not in years or like
Your
so
lifetime.
long. But it's in the next few weeks of your life, it's in the next month of your life. So that's why I'm so passionate to spread the word and have people know that this is possible with little groups.
Yeah, I told you guys that would be good. You have to listen. I hope you took notes. It's time now for rapid fire. So here's where we'll just ask about give about 4 or 5 phrases, questions, and Kim's going to answer as quickly as she can. Maybe if you get a question she doesn't give as much as you would like, that's a great way to just get in contact with her. What is the typical size of the Facebook group that will see success?
Usually from 200 to 300 people. We've also have clients who are way less than that, like 70 people, who still, like Sharon and Cecilia, they did 41,000 on a group of 70 people, booking 60 calls from that and selling a $5,000 offer, teaching people how to heal energetically. So on average, you do need to push for that 200, 300 person kind of audience range. Yeah,
I think and a key thing you said there too is just having them on the list is nice, but you have to do those calls, those follow up on that as well, pitch to them.
Yeah, it's the fundamentals of a business. You do have to get on the phone and you do have to be able to close, which we help you with that process. So it's not like you need to have that all figured out. Just the willingness to do that is such a big step.
Yeah. That's why they come and work with me. What are the next steps they would need to do to work with you?
So to get into my email list, which will plunge them into everything that I have, they can book a call and all that stuff. I typically say everyone should go to groupconvert.com, and if they put in their email, their name and email, and they click go, then they're inside of my world. Groupconvert.com is my landing page for the software that lets you collect emails from Facebook groups, and there's a free 14-day free trial there. My methodology can exist without using the tool, but the tool is such a great tool.
Yes.
It's a way for you to get leads from your groups. And
well,
so,
I know I'm going to be grabbing that tool. So we already talked about my next question, that it does work for introverts because we learned about Tyler. There are people out there that in the last 2 years have decided that they no longer want to work in the corporate, and they're just trying to figure out what it is, what gifts, what skills that they have that would be marketable. If in an intro call with them, do you, a discovery call or whatever you term it, would you be able to help them peel that onion and uncover really what could be a marketable endeavor for them?
Absolutely. We have clients who come into a discovery call with the team, and it's like 10-15 minute call. It's really short. They've been doing real estate investing their whole life, for like 2 decades, and they just never thought about, they think about their group as a way to get more homes, right? And we would say, well, could you teach this? And then they're like, oh yeah, of course I can teach this. I've been doing this for 2 decades. And we would say, well, if you teach it, you don't have to wait for a home to close. You can still do your home. You can still do your real estate investing. But if you teach this, then you can actually get more cash to buy more homes if you want, and invest in more homes and properties. And so that flips the switch for them in their mind.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, that's possible. And then they say yes to that. Or like we have coaches who, we have people who jump on a call with us and they're like, yeah, but what if people copy me? Like, what if people just go and learn what I learn and copy me? And I say, oh, well, we could teach you a licensing model. If they, they just pay you a monthly subscription or yearly subscription, and you are licensing them in the, if their name is Jeff, in the Jeff method, and so you're actually spreading your solution and having other people win, and they're paying you because now you can license out your method. So it's just when they come in, they have a certain idea, and then we kind of show them that there's all these possible methods, and it's really beneficial because we have clients who just never think about charging high ticket in their entire life, come into a call, and then they see it's possible, and then they get into the program. Like Jacob, one of my clients, he's like, well, is anyone, I remember he was on a call, I watched a replay of his call with my closer. He's like, but would anyone really pay me for this? This is insane, Kim. I don't get it. I don't think so. And then the closer was like, fine, like don't charge that. Just stay low ticket your whole life. He's like, no. I'm suffering. Like let me try this. And so he did, and now he's being paid thousands for 1 hour of his advice, which in his mind before it was just not possible. He was fighting it so hard. That. Yeah. So it's just seeing that shift from one conversation is crazy. But that's how I teach my team. I teach my team to see every single conversation as a sacred moment for them to really completely change a person's life,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you talked about extracting from Facebook groups. Is this software something that takes minutes to do? Is it easy to learn?
Yeah.
You get all these people that say, I'm not a techie, I can't do that.
Yeah, it takes just 2 minutes to get it up and going. And we have a full-time tech team. If you are super tech challenged, you could just go to groupconvert.com/call and schedule like a Zoom session, and we just click through. We help you click through to go and just get it done and get it up and running. And then so the very simple level that we have with Group Convert is it collects emails and questions and answers from your own group. And then we have a higher level called Group Flow. Group Flow lets you pull leads from groups that are not yours. So you can actually go, if you're like a health coach, I would say, all right, go into, groups where people purchase Aura rings. And then there's an Aura ring Facebook group because you know that they're buyers. They're in that mindset.
Yeah.
Or if you're in the, you're in the fitness space, and then you want to go into groups where people buy Organifi or something like that. So it's the way to think about it. And then the tool itself can like pull those leads from a popular post, the whole members list. If you have another peer that is also coaching something similar, then that's also another community, because I see you as just another solution in their line of things that they purchase.
Yeah.
It's not like they buy one thing and then that's it, it's over. It's like
right.
You are the next solution in line somewhere in that line. That's how I see it. Yeah.
Well, this is all very exciting. The last question is, what's next on the path of Kim Dang?
The next on the path is my goal is to help, and it sounds small, but it's like I want to help 5,000 coaches make an extra 10,000 a month doing what they love, so that at least all the bills are taken care of, and then they can go and they can just live life. As long as they have a laptop and a camera, then they're able to just work anywhere in the world and help people. So that's one of my goals for my for the consulting piece of my company. And then for the software piece, I do want to scale out the software company to $20 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to be able to have an exit underneath my belt. I just want to see if I can do it, scale a company in a very scalable way in which it's positioned to exit, and aim for exiting a company at least $50 to $100 million. So I have a very influent impact goal that's also combined with a monetary number goal.
Right.
Yeah.
And you'll just create something new because you'll be bored.
Well, there's a whole world with this, with what I'm looking at. It's such a big world.
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting. I'm going to be in this space for definitely the upcoming years to come. And then going harder into the software portion of it, for sure.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to share the screen now. So those of you that are listening, please get your paper, pen, and I will read you the email address, which she did give you already once. So if you were taking notes, you've already got it. All right. So as she mentioned, her website is https://www.groupconvert.com. That's GROUPCONVERT.com, groupconvert.com. And she is on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. I love her Instagram and Facebook, the Kim Possible Dang, and is Facebook at Kim Possible Dang, Instagram. LinkedIn, she's Dang Kim. She has a information about what you can find on her website, but also if you want to get in touch with her to work with her. So I'll let Kim talk to you about that.
Yeah, if you want to get in touch with me and you want to see, I created a little shorter video at groupconvertignite.com. So it's group convert and then the word IGNITE.com. You can go there, watch the little video, and then apply to work with us, see if you're a good fit.
Well, Kim, as I knew, you have been a wonderful guest. It was great talking with you. Those that are listening, you have to get in touch with her. She's given you great ideas. She's given you so many examples of how she's helped others, and you can be her next person. So go ahead and go to that website and book some time to talk with her, see if she can help you scale your business and take it to the next level. So Kim, thank you so much. And as always, I remind everyone that life is a journey and it is up to you to enjoy the ride. This is Vicki Nettling signing off.
Thank you for tuning into the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast with Vicki Nettling, where we share impactful lessons that help you grow as an individual, grow your confidence, and find the positive and good within you so you powerfully and authentically become the best version of yourself. Remember to visit our website at www.findyourleadershipconfidence.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast.